Thank you so much. We move forward with the panel discussion now, and as we gather to celebrate the transformative power of teaching and boundless potential of educators, I'm very honored to introduce the panel session and our esteemed panelists. These are the powerhouses who didn't just start their careers as teachers, they began a journey of growth, innovation, and leadership that has taken them to remarkable heights and that has impacted the lives of hundreds and thousands of teachers, educators, and students across Pakistan. So let's welcome our panelists who embody the evolution of the teacher journey and the limitless possibilities that unfold when educators assume leadership roles and take matters in their own hands. So I will be reading out the profiles. I'm very honored to do that, and will request them to join us on stage one by one. I'll start with Rumana Hussain. Rumana Hussain is a highly respected Pakistani storyteller, artist, and educator known for her extensive contributions to children's literature and cultural advocacy. She has authored and illustrated over 75 children's books, with several receiving awards in Pakistan, Nepal, and India. Her notable works include the coffee table books Karachi Wala, A Subcontinent Within a City, and Street Smart, Professionals on the Street, which explore Karachi's diverse communities and street professions. Rumana co-founded the book group and served as the senior editor of Nukta Art, a biannual contemporary art magazine. She has been actively involved in promoting peace, human rights, women's empowerment, and environmental awareness through her works in museums, media, and educational initiatives. Currently, she advises the Pakistan Learning Festival and continues to inspire through storytelling, education, and art, making a lasting impact on Pakistan's cultural and education landscape. I welcome you on stage, Ms. Rumana Hussain. Please give her a big round of applause. I'm very honored to read the profile of our very own Mrs. Rubina Naqvi. She's TRC's very own. For the last 20 years, she has been with us working as Senior Manager, Workshop Program, which is TRC's flagship program. Ms. Rubina Naqvi brings with her more than 40 years of very rich professional experience of working across diverse educational settings. She has trained thousands and thousands of teachers. I'm sure many of you are sitting here also have attended one or more of her training programs. She's a versatile educationist, and she also heads our ECE Diploma Level 4 program, which is an internationally accredited diploma qualification. It's accredited by TQ UK Level 4, and I invite her on stage. Please give her a big round of applause. Hello, Arun. Our third panelist is Ms. Seema Zahid, again a senior project advisor at TRC, a seasoned public sector official who retired recently as a senior headmistress. She's a passionate climate change advocate who has integrated environmental awareness into education throughout her 30+ years of professional life. She has led initiatives aligned with disaster risk reduction, school safety, and ECC reforms in Sindh, contributing to sustainable development through the Sindh Education Sector Plan and SDG 4. As a trainer and reformer, she empowered educators to incorporate climate literacy and resilience into their teaching. Post-retirement, she continues to champion environmental education, girls' empowerment, and community mobilization, inspiring future generations to address climate and sustainable challenges through education and collective action. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ms. Seema Zahid. Our fourth panelist is again a senior representative of TRC. She's our training and curriculum specialist, Ms. Tabinda Jabin, with over 20 years of experience in teaching and education leadership in Pakistan. She began her teaching career teaching various subjects at primary and secondary levels, and later specialized in early childhood education, and is now one of the leading faculty members for our flagship diploma programs, which we offer both for the public and private sectors. She has trained over 3,000 teachers and managed several major donor-funded projects with organizations like UNESCO, UNICEF, the Open Society Foundation, etc. Her work focuses on curriculum development, teacher training, and integrating critical thinking skills into education. She has also been leading from the front when we were designing our curriculum on climate change education, and currently she's conducting awareness raising and teacher training workshops across Pakistan for climate change education. So Ms. Tabinder Jabin, please join us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please give her a big hand. So we will start our panel discussion. Thank you so much, all of you. We'll start with Rumana Hussain. And my question to you, Rumana, not really a question, a key discussion point, and I'd like to set the tone for this session also. जो हमारी theme है panel discussion की, teacher leadership and sustainable futures. So what is the interconnectedness between these two ideas? And how important do you think is teacher leadership is important, that is, we're not disputing that at all, but आजकल के दौर में volatile times हैं, uncertainty है, education landscape ना सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में पूरी दुनिया में बदल रहा है और बदलता ही जा रहा है, तो आप किस तरह से ये interconnectedness देखती हैं और आपकी क्या राय होगी और advice होगी to teachers who are working in this space कि वो sustainable futures के लिए क्या करें? जी, please, you're most welcome to speak from the podium.
Assalamu alaikum. A very good morning to all of you. Thank you for the introduction, Amrina, and thank you for the question. I have put some thoughts here. And you know, at this stage in my career, you can see how old I am, I have the benefit of hindsight. We know that teaching is more than delivering knowledge. It is about nurturing curiosity, resilience, empathy, and critical thinking. It is about serving our communities and preparing our students to carry that spirit forward. And we've all heard of the 3 R's. I don't have to repeat, but I will. Writing, reading, writing, and arithmetic. Or reduce, reuse, and recycle. And then there are other R's: rigor, relevance, relationships, responsibility, etc., etc. Empowering teachers means giving them respect, resources, and recognition. Teachers shape not only minds, but also societies and futures. And we, keep kind of harping on this, but it is so true after all. We have to go on saying it. And today we celebrate this noble profession and the leadership that can transform education. When I began teaching art in the 1970s, as I had attended an art college for 4 years, after a 2-year college stint in the sciences, there were no real teacher training courses apart from B.Ed, a degree in B.Ed and M.Ed. So I had to rely on intuition and inspiration. Those leaps of faith tested over time guided me when I later became head of a new school. Intuition was the spark that lit my way into a totally unexplored territory for me. I have always believed that imagination is the key to everything. Even scientific discoveries, they begin with imagination. We had to imagine that I wish this telephone that I use, I wish I could see my dadi's face on it. And today, we know what we can do with that small gadget. So it all began with imagination. Encouraging students to think beyond the classroom walls is vital. Teaching about, let's say, trees or clouds, you can do it indoors, surrounded by the walls of the classroom, which is stifling, limiting. But stepping outside in the schoolyard to observe, to draw, to reflect, to write, that is what makes learning meaningful. As head of the school, I continued to teach and experiment. I found textbooks irrelevant, many of them, and unrelatable. Our students were reading about coal mining in Germany and olives grown in the Mediterranean in the textbooks they were using, as the school's top management decided to use the same books that many of the top schools in the city were using. Yet, the irony was that when I took them around the block on foot, the students couldn't name the trees and plants outside their own schoolyard. Not a single one, except for perhaps the coconut tree. And I have quoted this example or experiment, if you like to call it, many a times, as this particular incident led me, in the mid-1980s, mind you, to develop an environmental education outline for primary classes, well before today's environmental consciousness and climate urgency. Likewise, by introducing colorful storybooks as the main reading material for getting the children interested in Urdu language, instead of sticking with the dull, prescribed textbooks that were being used, I proved what was needed for sparking excitement for language learning. Additionally, teachers' manuals were developed to support effective practice. By making a collaborative of the science teacher and the art teacher, I introduced design and technology using junk material. I wanted every child to work on models, moving models, using the science and the art and their imagination. Creative movement classes, by that I mean movement of the limbs. It helped the children, the young as well as older children, to be comfortable with their bodies. They became confident and, they had lots of fun at the same time. Theater, singing for young and older children, story and poetry writing, dabbling with paints and clay, thematic themes that I think Dr. Fatma, you referred to, that was so important. Again, I felt an integrated curriculum was needed, and I'm still talking about the 1980s. And mind you, there were no computers, there was no access to internet, like you now have everything at your fingertips. So it was not possible to get ideas from global practices. One had to reflect a lot about what was wrong with our education systems and how to make attempts to rectify them. Moving from the mundane to the extraordinary is always a huge challenge, and approval comes later when you see the results. Otherwise, there is resistance, always. Lasting change comes from empowering and encouraging one another. Collaboration between educators, institutions, and communities is essential. It's vital. Facts matter, but curiosity takes us further. Curiosity means staying open to new perspectives throughout life. Einstein drew insights not only from science, but also from philosophy, literature, music, and social sciences, reminding us that learning can happen anywhere. As teachers, let us strive to be valuable rather than merely successful. Let us speak against injustice, including environmental injustice, advocate peace, and guide young people with conviction. After the students have passed out, maybe they will not remember an equation or something that you have taught, but they will remember you as a compassionate teacher who listened, who valued you, who respected you. That will stay with them throughout their lives because you would have changed their lives. So let us have the courage to question authority. Blind respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth, somebody said. Questioning is not defiance, it is choosing truth over tradition. Progress begins when someone dares to ask why. Our future cannot be built on outdated systems and feudal mindsets. We must board the 21st century train powered by science, the arts, digital technology, good governance, and above all, imagination. On this World Teachers' Day, I wish every teacher the courage to imagine, the strength to inspire, and the joy of knowing that your work shapes a better tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rumana Hussain. My key takeaway has been that the teachers have the power to transform the mundane into the extraordinary. There's no stopping them. So thank you so much for sharing your journey and your most creative insights, and for, I think, sharing the possibilities with the teachers who are in this August House today with us, that you can move mountains, you can bring the universe into the classroom, there's no stopping you. So the agency continues. So thank you so much. Now I would request Ms. Rubina Naqvi, who's the senior manager at TRC. She brings with her a wealth of teacher education experience. Aaron, I'd like you to share with the audience today the importance of citizenship and how teachers are role modeling citizenship in our classrooms, how they have done it traditionally. And in today's times, which are very volatile and uncertain, I keep saying, but also when there's so much pressure, and as Ahmad Saya, a very well-known teacher, says, the greed for grades, you know, so there's pressure on the children, there's pressure on the parents, there's pressure from the societal structures, on the education institution itself. So with all of this happening, not in the backdrop, but very much as a lived experience, how do teachers continue to embody citizenship practices and continue to be that role model for the children they engage with?
Thank you, Amrina. Well, I would say that they say teaching is an art, and I say teaching is from the heart. And unless you are involved with your students, there's nothing that you can achieve with them. So teaching being the noblest profession, the least rewarded, the most rewarded, the least paid in the world. And that is what is making all other professions. So of course, इस area को तो कभी हम undermine कर ही नहीं सकते. Thank you. As far as teachers are concerned, they are the catalyst of change. They are the greatest resource that an education institute can have. But times have changed so much from the time I was a school kid, which was 75 years ago. From the time now, Amrina, we had a subject called civics. And that civics, as part of social studies, was so important to understand what a good citizen is all about. And that embodied areas of ethics, which I think is so much more important as values than any knowledge that you can gain. So this is the age of information. This is the age of knowledge, of knowing a lot. But knowing and implementing and imbibing is always not the same. So I think in these challenging times, when there's so much technology, there's so much information around, good or bad, all kinds, what is a teacher doing to actually keep that beauty of knowledge and application as a good citizen these days in school? So the areas that come to my mind as a citizenship education, of course, moral values and ethics is something that dominates all. And when we're talking about the child succeeding in life, yes, the technology, all the social media, all the connectivity has become very mundane. It is the turning children more into robots, I would say, than into good human beings. And as we're talking of humanity since the morning, what are the things that are going to make a child a good human being? The compassion, the empathy, the equality with equity is something that teachers really have to keep in mind. Because we say all children are not the same, just as we are all not the same. But the problem is that there's so much technology and screen time is now distracting children much more than it was in our time. There was no TV when I was growing up. So you can imagine how long ago that was. Primitive, yes. So these distractions are taking the children away from the basic, I would say, attributes of a good citizen. So citizenship, what is it all about? It's about knowing your country. It's about knowing your rights and your responsibilities. With every right comes a responsibility. And we can't demand only rights. So are we embodying the same thing for our children as teachers? We are the role models, they look up to us. And look what's happening in their homes. They're going through these two major environments. And we can't control the home, but we can see what we are doing with the children so that they can counter what's happening at home. So I think ethics and morals is a very important aspect which we have to role model as teachers, which we have to give priority to. And then there is also environment, which is so important. We are talking about climate change a lot these days, and we are affected by it very badly. So getting aware of the environment, the air pollution, the greenery, the growing the trees, wastage and refuse and recycle, like Romana said.
Not to use these.
Plastic containers, exactly. So we have to now let the children know that these things are causing our lives to change, and make them do things and activities in school and raise the awareness of how to preserve the environment, because that impacts lives completely. We are going through that these days with all our rains and floods in the country. So the other thing important now is another one is the digital responsibility. Because again, the screen time and the social media is directing children sometimes to wrong directions. And I think being responsible as a digital citizen is also very important. The privacy, the sharing of your personal information, the cyber attacks that are taking place, all these are impacting the children. So I think, Amrina, teaching has taken a totally different turn. And unless and until these issues are addressed, I think bacha bichara kahin in machino mein kho jayega. And let's not make the child a robot, please. ये आपकी जो interactions हैं बच्चों के साथ as a role model with your own values, and you yourself controlling your I think amount of time you spend on social media yourselves impacts all our work as well. So I would say that citizenship actually is really badly needed now. I just want to end on this one thing, that our content, like Romana said, what are the content we are giving out, is it related to their lives or not? I remember in 1980 when I joined the school, I was a history teacher of class 4, and a child came to me with a new book, with a prescribed textbook, and said, "Miss, my book says there's East Pakistan and West Pakistan in 1980. And I said, "Nahi beta, don't worry. Are there two Pakistans? Do I live in the East or do I live in the West?" I called up the textbook board and I said, "Kya aap ye kitab 15 saal se log पढ़ रहे हैं, the history of Indo-Pakistan, آپ کتاب کو ایڈٹ نہیں کرتے ہیں?" تو کہنے لگے, "یہ تو آپ نے بڑا اچھا کیا, ایسا کریں پوری کتاب پڑھ لیں, جہاں جہاں غلطیاں ہیں ہمیں نوٹ کرا دیں, ہم ٹھیک کر دیں گے." تو میں نے کہا, آپ کا کام کیا ہے؟ واٹ آر وی برنگنگ ٹو دا کلاس روم؟ کانٹینٹ کو بھی دیکھیں, اینڈ آر وی پروموٹنگ دا گڈ سٹیزنشپ کوالٹیز اور ناٹ. سو آئی وڈ ریئلی ریکویسٹ, let the child be a child, let the child be a human being and not a machine. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rubina Naqvi, for sharing again your personal experiences as a teacher and reinforcing the value of citizenship education. So I think it can't be undermined. Teacher has to be a value-based leader and will continue to be. And I don't think we are being replaced by AI anytime soon. So our next panelist, Ms. Seema Zahid. Seema brings with her a very rich experience from the public sector, and she's been involved in policy making at the provincial level also, and many reform initiatives spearheaded by the government of Sindh. Seema, میں چاہوں گی کہ آپ ٹیچر لیڈرشپ اور ٹیچر ایجنسی کے بارے میں بات کریں پبلک سیکٹر پرسپیکٹیو سے. آپ نے 30 سال سے زیادہ کام کیا ہے, کی ایجوکیشنل لیڈرشپ پوزیشنس پہ آپ رہی ہیں, بٹ یو آلسو اسٹارٹیڈ آؤٹ ایز اے ٹیچر اینڈ دین وین یو لیفٹ دا سسٹم ایک ہیڈ مسٹریس تھیں آپ اسکول کی, اور مجھے پتہ ہے کہ آپ نے بہت شاندار کام اس اسکول میں کیا ہے جو کراچی میں ہی ہے, ایک جانا مانا گورنمنٹ اسکول ہے وہ. تو یہ سب کیسے ممکن ہوا, اور کیا ٹیچر جو ہے لیڈرشپ کا کردار ادا کر سکتی ہے گورنمنٹ کے سسٹم میں رہ کے, وچ سپوزڈلی از مور ریجڈ, از مور پرسکرائبڈ, از مور ٹاپ ڈاؤن؟ یہ مفروضات ہو سکتے ہیں. آئی ڈونٹ وانٹ ٹو پاس سویپنگ اسٹیٹمنٹس ہیئر. میں آپ سے سننا چاہوں گی کہ اتنے کنسٹرینٹ والے انوائرمنٹ میں جہاں پہ اتنے بیریئرز ایگزسٹ کرتے ہیں, جو ہم سنتے ہیں, جو مین اسٹریم نیریٹو کا پارٹ ہے, یا جو بھی ڈسکورس ہوتی ہے پبلک سیکٹر ایجوکیشن پہ, اس میں ہم سنتے ہیں کہ جی یہ خرابی ہے, یہ چیلنج ہے, یہ لمیٹیشن ہے. اس میں ٹیچر لیڈرشپ کیسے پنپ سکتی ہے, اور سسٹینیبل فیوچر کی جب ہم بات کریں تو اس کی کیا خد و خال ہیں from a public sector perspective? So over to you, Seema.
Thank you, Amrina, for giving me this opportunity to share my experiences in the public sector. I would like to divide my whole response in 3 sections. Okay, what is the current situation in the public schools or the public sector, then what are the gaps and how can we fix it? There is a reality of climate change, environmental issues. Everyone knows about the floods in Sindh, the urban flooding, the droughts, جو سمندر آپ کی زمین کھا رہا ہے, جو مینگرووز کی ڈسٹرکشنز ہے, یہ سب ریالٹی ہے نا. اس کے بارے میں تو اب کوئی ابہام نہیں رہا. The next reality is that کہ ہم کہتے ہیں کہ schools are the main learning hubs. They are the places where we should cultivate the resilience in the students. But the reality is that کہ schools are now the places جہاں پر IDPs پناہ لیتے ہیں, جہاں پر آدھا سال جو ہے وہ پڑھائی نہیں ہو سکتی کیونکہ وہاں پر یا تو ایکسیسیبل نہیں ہے یا وہاں سے جو آبادی ہے وہ مائگریٹ کر چکی ہے. The third thing is that کہ جو ہمارا کریکلم ہونا چاہیے, جیسے کہ میڈم روبینہ نقوی صاحبہ نے کہا کہ اپڈیٹڈ ہونا چاہیے, تو جو کریکلم کی اپڈیشن ہے وہ ریگولرلی اینولی, ایون یہ کہ چلیں 3 سال میں تو ہو, لیکن وی آر اسٹل ہیونگ دا سیم کانٹینٹ دیٹ واز ایڈڈ ان آور بکس ان 1980s اور بفور دیٹ. तो we do need the curriculum or policies. Are there any policy of having environment education या climate resistance या disaster management? Yes, there are policies in the sector plan. Education in emergencies के नाम से हमारा पूरा एक समझ लें एक pillar है education sector plan का, और government has planned different initiatives. They are implementing. All the things are in the place. Now, where are the gaps? Gaps are there कि we do not have the proper curriculum. ऐसा curriculum हो जो climate change को और environmental issues को address करता हुआ हो. ना सिर्फ curriculum हो बल्कि curriculum को transfer करने वाले teachers हों. And there is the role of a teacher as a leader, as a facilitator, as a activist. यहीं से शुरू होता है. लेकिन ये रोल जब शुरू होगा जब टीचर अवेयर होगा कि मुझे क्या करना है. टीचर्स आर नॉट अवेयर कि दे आर द लीडर्स. दे आर जस्ट transforming the curriculum, the textbook to the students. Just think education is a transformation of knowledge. लेकिन it is not only the transformation of knowledge. आपको जो दिन ब दिन के हालात के साथ साथ जो सिनेरियोज चेंज हो रहे हैं उनकी आगाही भी होनी चाहिए एज अ टीचर. उनके मसाइल, ये जो मसाइल हैं उनके हल की भी आगाही होनी चाहिए, और हाउ टू डिलीवर टू द स्टूडेंट, किस तरह से इन मसाइल और इनके हल को हम बच्चों तक या कम्युनिटी तक लेके जाएं, इसकी भी आगाही होनी चाहिए. और इसके लिए वी हैव टू ट्रेन द टीचर. जब तक हम खुद ब खुद तो लीडरशिप किसी के हाथ में नहीं दे सकते. लीडरशिप इज़ कहते हैं कि बॉर्न लीडर होता है, लेकिन टीचर लीडर इट शुड बी ट्रेंड. इट इज़ अ साइंस एंड इट्स अ आर्ट. तो हमारा जो गैप है वो करिकुलम का है, और हमारा जो गैप है वो टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग का है. और अगर हम इन दो चीज़ों पे काम कर लें, और टीचर ही लीडर है, क्योंकि स्कूल का लीडर एक प्रिंसिपल है, लेकिन क्लास का लीडर एक टीचर है, जो बच्चों में जो डिलीवर करता है, बच्चों को जो इंस्पायर करता है एज अ रोल मॉडल, बच्चों को जो आगे की तरफ माइल करता है कि उनको किस तरह से नेक्स्ट अपनी लाइफ में उनका क्या रुझान होना चाहिए क्लाइमेट चेंज की तरफ, या एज ए ह्यूमनिस्टिक अप्रोच किस तरह होना चाहिए, एम्पैथी किस तरह होना चाहिए, वो टीचर ही कर सकता है. वो स्कूल लीडर तो एक जो है वो अपने इन्वायरमेंट, स्कूल कल्चर प्रोवाइड करता है, लेकिन असल काम जो है टीचर का है. द टीचर शुड बी एम्पावर्ड, टीचर शुड बी ट्रेन्ड, एंड शी शुड और ही शुड बी प्रोवाइडेड द प्रॉपर करिकुलम and the proper policies to be implemented. Thank you.
शुक्रिया. थैंक यू सो मच सीमा जाहिद साहिबा. आपने इसी बात को रीइंफोर्स किया है कि सेल्फ अवेयरनेस से ही टीचर लीडरशिप की तरफ वो जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव जर्नी है वो शुरू होती है, और चाहे पब्लिक सेक्टर हो या प्राइवेट सेक्टर हो, वी हैव टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम विद इन, फ्रॉम आवरसेल्व्स, एंड देन फिर हम वो नॉलेज ट्रांसमिशन को एक सेक्रेड प्रोसेस बना सकेंगे. ताबिंदा जबीन, आवर लास्ट पैनलिस्ट, बट नॉट, I mean, I hate to say it that way, but we are running short of time. I've been sent a note already. 2 minutes. And with Tabinda, I can do that. TRC, टीचर लीडरशिप इदारा है, सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर के लिए क्लाइमेट चेंज करिकुलम बनाया. क्यों बनाया, हमें क्या ज़रूरत थी ये बेड़ा उठाने की?
को कंप्लीट कर दूँ. सो जैसे करिकुलम की बात हो रही है, सो वी हैव अ करिकुलम, और मैं कहूँगी कि वो जो 2006 और 7 का करिकुलम है वो क्वाइट एट पार है. हम ये नहीं कह सकते वो बहुत ज़्यादा कंजर्वेटिव करिकुलम है, बट अगर उसको क्लाइमेट लेंस से देखें तो क्लाइमेट के शेड्स आपको ज़रूर मिलते हैं, बट स्पेसिफिक थीम्स जो थी वो मिसिंग थी. एंड गिवन द करंट सिचुएशन, जैसे जर्मन वॉच की आपने ही शेयर किया था कि अकॉर्डिंग टू जर्मन वॉच पाकिस्तान इज़ ऑन टॉप, on the number 1 hit by climate. So ज़रूरत इसी बात की थी कि हमें अपने एजुकेशन सिस्टम में क्लाइमेट चेंज को इंटीग्रेट करना है. इंटीग्रेट से मतलब मेरा यह है कि इसको एक सेपरेट डिसिप्लिन या सब्जेक्ट के तौर पे इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं कराना है. इवन हर सब्जेक्ट में, हर एरिया में इसको इंटीग्रेट करने की ज़रूरत है. क्लाइमेट जो है वो एक क्रॉस कटिंग थीम है. इस सारी चीज़ों को देखते हुए टीआरसी ने बेड़ा उठाया क्लाइमेट चेंज करिकुलम का कि उसको हम डेवलप करें और उसको इंटीग्रेट कराएं. नाउ करिकुलम इज़ देयर. ज़रूरत इस बात की है कि टीचर्स को तैयार किया जाए कि उस करिकुलम को पढ़ाना कैसे. बार बार अवेयरनेस की बात हो रही है, बार बार माइंडसेट की बात हुई, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी की बात हुई. वी एज टीचर, आई हैव बीन अ टीचर फॉर ईयर्स, वी एज टीचर नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, नीड टू एक्नॉलेज एंड रिकग्नाइज कि क्लाइमेट जो है एक रियल इशू है एंड इट्स द हाई टाइम. जो भी सब्जेक्ट हम पढ़ा रहे हैं उसके बावजूद, including that subject, we all need to get ourselves aware with the climate issues and how to mitigate those issues. And जो हम बात करते हैं adaptability की, one of the core theme of 21st century, तो अगर हम climate change से नबर्द आज़मा होना चाहते हैं तो हमें अपने अंदर adaptability को develop करना पड़ेगा. और जब हम as a teacher अपने आप को equip करेंगे उन सारी skills से जो हमें climate change related issue को कम्बैट करने में हेल्प करेगी, तभी हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स को प्रिपेयर कर सकेंगे. हमें अपने स्टूडेंट्स के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है अपने स्टूडेंट्स को फॉर द नेक्स्ट 20, 30, 40, 50 ईयर्स. अगर हम उन्हें उन्हीं तरीक़ाकार के थ्रू पढ़ाते रहेंगे, जैसे मैंने करिकुलम की बात की, वही पुराने मेथड, वही पुराने कॉन्सेप्ट्स के थ्रू जो हमने पढ़े हैं 20-25 साल पहले, तो आगे फ्यूचर के लिए उन्हें हम प्रिपेयर नहीं कर सकेंगे. तो दैट्स द हाई टाइम वी ऑल टीचर्स नीड टू रिफ्लेक्ट एंड इंट्रोस्पेक्ट. अब वी हैव टू बी वेरी कॉग्निजेंट ऑफ अबाउट आवर सेल्फ. प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट की हम बात करते हैं, हमें आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि व्हाट आर द एरियाज वेयर वी नीड टू डेवलप आवर to equip our teacher to face the challenges they are going to face in the next, I don't think in next 5-6 years, every year we are facing that. अभी इस साल भी हमने बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सट्रीम वेदर सहा है और ये हर साल इंक्रीज़ होता चला जाएगा. So there is a need. So thank you so much. I think I have taken 2 minutes.
No, thank you so much.
Thank
You were just on time. May I please ask Ms. Rafia, can we take questions? Okay, our time is up. Thank you so much for being very patient listeners, and thank you to all the honorable panel, their views, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you to our esteemed panelists for your valuable contribution. Let's keep the conversation going and strive for a world there where education leads the way to sustainability. Thank you so much. Now we would like to invite Dr. Sarwat Noman, CEO, FAHEM, and respected Mr. Azad Samejo, District Secretary, Additional Secretary of School Education and Literacy, to join us and present the token of reward regards to the respectable panelist. Dr. Sarwat Noman and Mr. Azad Samejo. Thank you so much.
We have our Honorable Rotarian Syed Kashif Rafi here. I would like him also on the stage because वो जा रहे हैं, तो I would like him to be on the stage to present the shield also, और उनकी भी shield है as guest of honor.
Okay. Rotarian Syed Kashif Rafi is the district chair of Rotary Club of Karachi. A big round of applause for all these dignitaries. Thank you, Ms. Rumana Hussain. She is an iconic figure in the landscape of education with a career spanning over 3 decades. Thank you so much. We honor to have you today. Thank you so much, Ms. Rubina Naqvi and Ms. Seema Zahid. We're really honored to have you today.
Tabinder. अनाउंस कराना होगा शायद मैं कर दूँ अच्छा
A big round of applause for Ms. Tabinda Jabin. We would like to take an honor to present the token of thanks to respectable Mr. Azad Samejo. He is the Additional Secretary of School Education and Literacy. Thank you so much, Mr. Azad Samejo. Now we would like to take an honor to present the token of regard and thanks to Mr. Syed Kashif Rafi, the District Chair of Rotary Club of Karachi. Thank you so much, Ms. Rafia Mudassir and Dr. Sarwat Noman.
All right, everyone.